People say trouble gives warnings, but sometimes, it arrives quietly, wearing calm like a mask. And for old man Karimu, trouble didn't shout from afar. It walked straight into his compound, settled on his wooden bench, and prepared to turn his world upside down. From the outside, old man Karimu looked like a gentle grandfather, slow steps, soft smiles, warm greetings. But that softness ended at his gate. Inside his home, he ruled with harsh words and an iron attitude. Nothing pleased him. Nothing was ever good enough. And the people who lived with him endured more storms than the sky itself. His granddaughter, Sewa, had been staying with him for months. A bright girl with a calm spirit. She cooked, cleaned, fetched water, swept the compound, washed his clothes, everything. But no matter how perfect her work was, Karimu always found a flaw. You call this sweeping? This pot isn't clean enough. Why do you move so slow? Use your legs. You think I'm feeding you for free? Sewa swallowed her pain every time, speaking only when necessary. She knew arguing would only bring more insults. But every day, the hurt built quietly in her heart. Then one evening, while the sun dipped low and the air grew heavy with heat, a knock echoed on the old wooden gate. Not loud. Not rushed. Just firm. Certain. Old man Karimu grumbled as he stepped outside. Who is disturbing me at this time? A tall man stood by the gate, dressed strangely neat for someone traveling the dusty road. His eyes held a calm that felt unusual. Almost too calm. Good evening, sir, the stranger said. I'm looking for the owner of this compound. Karimu eyed him suspiciously. And who are you? Someone who brings back what people lose. Without waiting for permission, the man stepped inside. His gaze drifted around the compound until it settled on Sewa, who stood near the doorway, holding a broom. You do all the work here? He asked gently. Sewa didn't answer, but her silence spoke clearly. Karimu snapped, don't talk to her. Tell me what you want and leave. The stranger smiled faintly. What I want is simple. Balance. Karimu frowned. What nonsense is that? The man lifted his hand, and the wind shifted instantly. The evening breeze grew colder. The shadows deepened. Even the birds resting on the fence went silent. Then it began. Voices. Not new voices, Karimu's own voice. Every insult he ever shouted. Every harsh command. Every cruel remark. The sound of him scolding Sewa, mocking her, belittling her. Words he had forgotten, but she had not. They echoed through the compound, swirling around him like a storm. Sewa froze, eyes wide. Karimu stumbled back, shocked. What is this? Stop it. Stop it. But the stranger only watched, calm as ever. You plant bitterness, he said quietly. And bitterness grows. Today, you harvest. Karimu tried to cover his ears, but the voices grew louder. Faster. Layered. His own cruelty choking the air around him. He dropped to his knees. I didn't stop. But the storm of his voice did not stop. The stranger turned to Sewa, his voice softening. Kindness never goes unseen. Pain never goes unheard. You carried both. With a wave of his hand, the wind calmed. The shadows lifted. The whispers faded into the night. Karimu gasped for breath, trembling, sweat running down his face. He looked up at Sewa, and for the first time, his eyes held shame. I'm sorry, he whispered. I was wrong. I've been wrong for a long time. Please, forgive me. Sewa said nothing for a moment. Then she nodded slowly, not for him, but for herself. Letting go was easier than holding pain. The stranger walked toward the gate, pausing only once. Treat the ones near you with care, he said. Or one day, your own voice will rise against you. And just like that, he disappeared down the dusty road. From that night forward, old man Karimu changed. His voice softened. His steps slowed. His pride melted. He began helping Sewa with small chores, thanking her for what he never saw before. Not because he feared the stranger, but because he finally heard the weight of the pain he had created. And once you hear that, you can never unhear it.